So apparently, if you like something that I don't like, then you're insufferable, you're obnoxious, you're irritating, and I'm just mad that you like something that I don't like because I want you to not like it just the way I don't like it. Let's talk about, again, The Last of Us Part 2 controversy. All right, before getting into the video, guys, remember to subscribe to the channel and to like the video if you guys haven't already. These are the best ways to support the channel, and I really, really appreciate you guys. So let's get right into the video, guys. Let's get right into basically the topic of this video. And we're talking about what a YouTuber called the Actman has said on Twitter. Now, this is the thing. We all know that Twitter is a cesspool. It's filled with people who are toxic as fuck, who are basically there to troll, and are just there to, most of the time, just spend their time there because they have nothing to do better with their lives, and just love to create controversy, love to make other people mad, love to just create an environment where people just don't feel good to be in. And I use Twitter mostly just for news, just to catch up on what is new on the gaming community, on the film community. I'm also more into the Spider-Man community lately, so I love to see, you know, what people are saying with that, and it's way better than it was before, so that's cool. And yeah, that's basically what I use Twitter for. But I woke up to this tweet with Actman, and this is what he has to say. It's funny how The Last of Us 2 fanboys are so obnoxious and insufferable that they make people hate The Last of Us 2 more than the actual game. Now, before me getting into the basically talking about the tweet of the Actman that I just read, I have to agree to a certain degree with what the Actman has said. It is true that some The Last of Us fanboys and The Last of Us stans are extremely obnoxious and extremely insufferable. Why? Well, because these type of people cannot take an ounce of criticism, or cannot take an ounce of basically somebody saying, hey, I don't like the game because of Y, X, and Z. It can be the most respectful, I don't like this game, and they'll still lose their minds. They'll say, hey, you just don't understand the game, bro. Oh no, you just an idiot because this is a masterpiece for me, and you just don't know how to appreciate masterpieces, bro. Like, you see this in Twitter, you see this in social media everywhere, and it's sickening because you're basically telling the other person, don't speak about my favorite game because I believe something, that this game is good, and if you believe it's bad, you're an idiot, you're this, you're that. Yes, these people are insufferable. But what we have to realize is that it's not just The Last of Us 2 fans that do this. It's Halo fans, is Call of Duty fans, is people who are stans for consoles, who are literally adorers of fucking pieces of plastic that literally will go on Twitter and literally go and insult another fan base just because they don't like the console they like. It's just the most ridiculous thing. Like, being a fanboy, being a super stan where you just don't accept anybody else's opinions about anything else, is the most ridiculous thing on the internet at the moment. And it's like, this stan culture right now is extremely toxic, and it's happening in almost every single community. It's sickening, and it just literally takes away the ability to have an actual civil discussion. But shamefully, now I have to get into the tweet. With this tweet, you're focusing now the hate to The Last of Us fans, because shamefully, and I'm saying shamefully a lot, but it's a shameful reality, that there's a lot of people that don't understand the difference between being a fan of something and being a fanboy or stan. And there's people in your community who are going to associate The Last of Us fanboys as just regular The Last of Us fans, and they're going to associate them as obnoxious, as insufferable, whenever they speak about The Last of Us Part 2. Like, for example, if I speak good about The Last of Us Part 2, and I have done in the past, and I've done recently, there's people who are going to attack me, and they have attacked me already. When I made videos about why I think The Last of Us Part 2 is hated, why I think it's loved, how The Last of Us 1 and 2 basically changed my life, there's a lot of people that came into the comment section and basically called me a shill fanboy who is an idiot, and called me all the names in the book just because I liked these games. So this is the thing. The Last of Us haters are the exact same way as The Last of Us 2 stans, who cannot take an ounce of criticism on each side. And the bad thing is that you don't point this out. You just say, oh yeah, The Last of Us 2 fanboys, oh yeah, they're obnoxious. But you're not going to say the same thing about the haters. You're not going to say the same thing about every single other stan that is out there, because you're just focusing on The Last of Us 2 fans. So I'm just thinking to myself, why? Why tweet this? Because you know you're going to start a discussion. You know you're going to start, now The Last of Us 2 stans and The Last of Us 2 haters are now going to basically have a little war on Twitter. Thank you. Like, this is just stupid. It's stupid that there's people still, almost 2 years later, trying to create more controversy over a game that you can just civilly speak about. Like, you don't really need to create this fucking, stupidity around this game. Like, at this point, it's just embarrassing. And look, I understand that stans can be obnoxious, but we also got to talk about the haters. The haters are extremely obnoxious as well. Like, for example, you guys are seeing like this little meme right here, which is very accurate to what is happening, because this is something I've been in the Last of Us community for quite a while already, and I see a lot of people talk good about The Last of Us Part 2, and when they talk good about it, they're not insulting other people all the time. And when I see people that are insulting other people who don't like The Last of Us Part 2, I always cringe and I always think to myself, dude, you're an idiot. But the majority of people who do like The Last of Us Part 2 and talk about it in a positive way, they're just doing it to create a positive community, to have more people talk about it, to just be positive about it for once, because of so much negativity that we had in the past. And the thing about the gaming community is that we're supposed to talk about these games. Like, we're not supposed to just be hating on each other. We're supposed to sit down and talk about our favorite games and talk about why we like them and talk about the gameplay, talk about the graphics, talk about all these good things about these games. It's good to do this. This is why these communities exist. And this is why I feel that a lot of people, are just trying to just be happy. And there's a lot of people that don't like when other people are happy. Like, when you see this meme right here, again, The Last of Us 2 haters literally act like this. When somebody is having fun, when somebody is basically talking good about The Last of Us Part 2, basically, they have done this in the past as well. When The Last of Us Part 2 was in the, biggest controversy it ever was a few years ago, there was a lot of people who were doxing. There was a lot of death threats. There was constant harassment for anyone that liked The Last of Us Part 2. And they would basically go and berate The Last of Us Part 2 fans, but then they would call them toxic when they basically clapped back. Because this is the thing. A lot of The Last of Us 2 discourse and negativity that goes around, if you're really deep, if you really dig deep into what is basically happening, a lot of the times that a toxic environment happens is when haters come out of nowhere and start literally hating on The Last of Us fans or on The Last of Us Part 2, and basically spreading more misinformation about the story, about the characters, and basically copying and pasting what a lot of reactionary YouTube channels have been saying before the game has come out. And it's even 2 years later, there's people who still believe the same talking points about the game. And then when they get clapped back with, hey, this is not what it is, this is basically blah, 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 they're like, oh my God, look at all these toxic The Last of Us 2 stands. They can't accept any ounce of criticism. It's not always like that. We know that stans don't take any criticism at all, because there are genuine criticisms about The Last of Us Part 2. But what we have to realize is that this does not reflect the community of The Last of Us fans. And what I find funny is that there's people that also believe, dude, please let it go. There's people in the comment section dude, I don't understand. Why? Why are people doing this? You're still crying over it. Crying literally, people are still crying over The Last of Us Part 2 almost 2 years later. I know this is probably a The Last of Us fan, but look what he says, or she, I don't know. Maybe you can only find that annoying because the idea of someone enjoying something you hate unconditionally threatens your stance on how the game was a 0 out of 10 disappointment failure that all real gamers despise for being SJW politic, gay, sex, indoctrination propaganda. And then we have, for example, this one, bro, it's been 2 years, move on. You go down, and I just don't like people who genuinely think the game is 10 out of 10 masterpiece when it definitely isn't, especially the story. That is a respectable, opinion. I understand that. But the thing is that it doesn't mean that every fan that likes the game, that has a positive take on it, means you have to go and be like, okay, just because that annoys me, then I'm just going to go and hate on you. No, that really does not, constitute you the right to do that. It's just dumb at this point. There's people who just for example, almost 2 years and the haters still hold on their hate. Of course, fans are going to talk about something they like. What's weird is you guys can't stop talking about something you don't like. I've never did that. Maybe you could learn something from the game you hate and let go. I know you have this back and forth thing with ponies, bots, Halo, or whatever. Stop letting human beings with coarse rhetoric tarnish your view of otherwise masterful pieces of entertainment, nor should you allow it rain on your parade. These games exist independently. Exactly. These games, dude, are to entertain people, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. That's fine. Why not let it go? People are just creating controversy for attention. At this point, it literally feels like it's for attention. Literally. Why talk about this game knowing that people are going to go and hate on fans who do like the game? And then fans are going to get defensive, and then you're going to be like, why are fans so toxic? Like, it's literally that. Like, I feel like that's basically the bait. This literally feels like a bait tweet. And although I respect the Act Man with the content that he makes, the Call of Duty content, the Halo content that he makes, you know, the type of videos that he does, which is really good. I really like his editing. I like most of his videos, which, I don't know, like, I really like the YouTube channel itself. But the problem is that creating tweets like this, it's just not necessary, dude. At this point, just let it die and let us be in peace. And this is where I'm probably just gonna end the video, where basically my tweet, where I just basically say, just because people like you may not have liked the game, it doesn't mean that fans of the franchise have to stop talking about The Last of Us 2 because your ass can't handle others speaking about it in a positive way and having fun. This is more of a you problem than the fans problem, and I do wholeheartedly believe that. I feel like it's a problem of haters who just don't like that other people like this game, and that's something that has to stop. Let other people like the game. It's like me, if I go and say, hey dude, I hate Halo 1 and 2 and 3, although I do love those games, but let's say I don't like them, and I hate that you, the Act Man, like it, so you're annoying, insufferable, obnoxious. Like, dude, like, I understand that, you know, we might have difference of opinion, but why act this way? It's just not necessary. We don't need this. The community needs more unity, needs more connection. It doesn't need more division, dude. It doesn't need more of this. And it just feels like this tweet is just done to infuriate people and to just create a controversy for nothing. And it's just sad to see. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If I'm just being an idiot here, if I'm just being a fucking The Last of Us 2 shill, if I'm just being here trying to defend the game when I'm in reality not even defending the game. I'm saying that both sides are dumb when they go and attack each other. So, like, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you haven't already. These are the best ways to support the channel. And yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what you believe, you know, what is happening here. And yeah, take care, guys. Stay positive, stay safe, endure and survive, my friends. And I'll see you guys next time.